Part 1. Building the Foundation to Learn English. Hello everyone, and welcome to this special lesson. Today, I want to talk to you about something that can truly change your life, learning English. If you're feeling lost or having difficulty, I want you to know that you're not alone. I've been there too. I know how tough it can be when you want to speak English, but don't know where to start or feel unsure. But here's the good news. You're not stuck. You can improve, and I'm here to help you. Let's start by imagining something. Close your eyes for a moment and think about the life you want. Maybe you dream of traveling, meeting new people, getting your dream job, or simply feeling confident when speaking. Whatever your dream is, hold on to it, because learning English can help you get closer to it. But remember, it won't happen instantly. It's a process, and every small step counts. Let me share something personal. When I started learning English, I felt overwhelmed. I didn't know where to begin. I'd open a book and feel frustrated because I couldn't understand the words. I'd try speaking, but my mouth felt heavy, and I made a lot of mistakes. People would laugh, and honestly, I felt like quitting. But there was one thing that kept me going. I reminded myself why I was doing it. I wanted to connect with others, feel proud of myself, and I knew that if I gave up, I'd regret it. So, let's start with the basics. The first thing you need to understand is that learning English isn't just about grammar or memorizing words. It's about making it a part of your life. The key is motivation and consistency, like building the foundation of a house. To stay motivated, find a clear reason to learn English, whether for your job, family, or dreams. Write it down and read it every day. Surround yourself with English. Listen to English daily, even if you don't understand everything. Start with simple shows or music, then gradually use English subtitles. Over time, you'll understand more without them. Speaking is also important. Don't be afraid of mistakes. They show you're learning. Talk to yourself, describe your day, or practice conversations in your head. I used to speak English while doing laundry, saying things like, "I'm folding the shirts." Another tip is keeping a journal in English. Write about your day and what you learned. At first, write simple sentences, then gradually make them longer. You don't need to learn thousands of words. Just focus on the ones you use every day. Practice making sentences and using new words. Learning English is also about mindset. It takes time, so be patient with yourself, just like a baby learning to walk. Part 2. Reading and Thinking in English. When I started learning English, I learned something very important. Reading helped me open up to new worlds. It was like opening a door to endless information. But here's the thing. I didn't start with difficult books. I began with simple things, like short stories and news articles. If you're just starting, I suggest choosing something easy and fun to read. It could be a short story, a news piece, or even an English recipe if you like to cook. The key is to pick something that interests you. When you enjoy what you're reading, it keeps you motivated. When you read, don't rush through it. Take your time to understand each sentence. If you find a word you don't know, don't stop to translate it right away. Try to figure out its meaning from the sentence. For example, if you read, "The dog ran across the street," and don't know the word ran, you can guess it means some kind of fast movement. This guessing game will help your brain think in English instead of relying on your own language. But if you still don't understand, no problem. Write the word down and look it up later. Here's a tip. Don't just learn what the word means, learn how to use it. Make sentences with it, say it out loud, and try to use it in your everyday life. The more you use it, the more it will stick in your memory. Now, let's talk about how reading helps you think in English. When you read in English, you're not only learning new words, but also how sentences are built, how ideas are shared, and how people speak in English. Over time, This will help your brain think in English naturally. But remember, thinking in English takes time. It's like planting a seed. You need to nurture it every day by being surrounded by English. Here's something that helped me. I started talking to myself in English. For example, when I was washing my dishes, I'd think, I am washing the plates. The water is warm. When I was walking to the bus stop, I'd think, the weather is cold. I need to hurry. At first, it felt weird, but as I practiced, it became easier. This simple habit helped me switch from translating in my mind to thinking directly in English. And you can do this too. Start with small thoughts about what you're doing right now. Over time, you'll find it easier to think in English without even realizing it. Reading also helps you learn new types of sentences and grammar without boring lessons. For example, if you read, "He has been playing the guitar for 2 hours," you're learning how the present perfect continuous tense works without even thinking about grammar rules. Isn't that cool? Another tip I have is to read out loud. When you read out loud, you're also practicing speaking. It helps you with pronunciation, understanding the rhythm of English, and building confidence. You don't need to read for hours. Even 10 minutes a day can make a big difference. Let me share a moment in my learning journey. One day, I picked up a book that was a little harder than what I was used to. It was challenging, and I didn't understand many words, but I kept going. By the end of the book, I felt proud, like I had achieved something big. This experience showed me that it's okay to try things that challenge you. Just don't pick something so difficult that it feels impossible. Now, let's talk about building a habit. Reading every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes, is more helpful than reading for an hour once a week. The key is consistency. Find a time in your day to read regularly, maybe in the morning with your coffee, during your lunch break, or before bed. Make it a part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth. Another tip is to keep a notebook for new words, phrases, or sentences you like. Review them often and try to use them in your speaking and writing. This will help you remember. I always carried a small notebook, writing down new words, and later making sentences with them. It was simple but helpful. After reading something, try to summarize it in your own words. For example, after reading a short story, tell it to yourself in English. This helps improve both understanding and speaking. Learning English is fun and a journey. Each new word is a discovery. Part 3: Building Writing Skills. Writing in English helps you think clearly, improve grammar, and express yourself. Many hesitate because they think their English isn't perfect. But remember, no one writes perfectly at first. It's about practice. Start small. When I began, I wrote simple sentences like, "I went to the park. I saw a bird. It was blue." As you get comfortable, add details. For example, instead of saying, "I went to the park," say, "I walked to the park near my house. The air was fresh, and the flowers were beautiful." To practice, keep a journal. Write about your day, your thoughts, or plans. Don't worry about grammar at first, just write. Even 5 sentences a day helps you improve. Another way is to imagine having a conversation. For example, me, "Hi, how are you?" Friend, "I'm good. You?" Me, "I'm fine. What are you doing today?" Friend, "I'm going to buy groceries." Read examples of writing, like emails or stories, and try to copy the style. Write about topics you like a movie or a recipe. For example, my favorite movie is The Pursuit of Happiness. It's about a man who doesn't give up, teaching us to stay positive. Pay attention to grammar and vocabulary. Learn tenses and new words. Instead of saying good, try wonderful or fantastic. Pick one grammar rule or new word daily and practice. After writing, review for mistakes and improve. Editing is key. For example, change "I like this book" to "I enjoy this book because it's interesting." Set small goals, like writing 5 sentences a day. Look back at what you wrote a month ago and see your progress. Don't be afraid to share your writing with others. They can help you improve. Writing is about expressing yourself and connecting with others. Mistakes are part of the learning. Keep going and enjoy the process. Part 4. Unlocking your full potential in English mastery. In this last part, we'll focus on simple strategies to improve your English. We'll cover building good habits, learning from real-life experiences, and keeping your confidence strong. To succeed, you need tools that work for you. Create your own toolkit to make learning easier. One tool could be a journal. Write about your day, feelings, what you learned, or dreams. For example, today, I felt proud because I spoke confidently in English. Another tool could be making vocabulary lists. Focus on words related to your interests or job. For example, if you're a doctor, learn medical terms. Use example sentences to remember them. The patient has a rare condition. You could also record your voice while speaking or reading. Listening to yourself helps you see what needs improvement and track your progress. A great way to improve is by using English in daily situations. At the store, read product labels in English. Practice sentences like, "Where's the dairy section?" When traveling, practice asking, "How do I get to the nearest train station?" Learn phrases like, "Let me think," or "That's an interesting point," to keep conversations going. The more you use English, the more natural it will feel. Idioms and phrasal verbs make your speech more colorful. For example, a blessing in disguise means something good that seemed bad at first. Another one, run into, means to meet someone unexpectedly. Use these expressions in sentences to make them part of your vocabulary. Shadowing is a technique where you repeat what you hear. It helps with pronunciation, tone, rhythm, and fluency. Listen to speeches, interviews, or podcasts on topics you enjoy. Repeat what you hear until you feel confident. When you feel stuck, watch or read about people who successfully learned English. Their stories can motivate you to keep going. Get friends or family involved. If they also want to learn English, create challenges, like speaking only in English for a day. If they know English, ask them to correct your mistakes and encourage you to practice. Reward yourself for staying motivated. After learning 100 new words, treat yourself to something you enjoy. Celebrate when you reach milestones, like a month of regular practice. Learning English is a journey of growth and empowerment. Challenges will come, but every word you learn opens up new possibilities. Every sentence you speak boosts your confidence, and every obstacle makes you stronger. This journey is yours. It's not about being perfect, but making progress. It's not about how fast you go, but how persistent you are. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and know your hard work will pay off. One day, you'll look back and see how far you've come. Keep going, stay consistent, and never stop dreaming. The world is waiting for you, and with English, there are no limits. Thank you for letting me be part of your journey. Let this be the start of your success story.